Because
I mean, yeah, right. Anybody would be there. Who would rent that?
VHSs were, I think, yeah, for sale they were like $100, and then if you wanted to rent them, I think rental was $250 a night at my store.
Right.
Yep.
So I reserved it and I waited patiently. I mean, there were nights for that 3 weeks I probably didn't sleep a wink most nights because I just kept thinking about it.
You're kidding.
Yeah, and it's no, and it's like the days just kept dragging.
I can't wait till people hear what you did when you got it.
And
all right, so what's happening here?
So then, like, my junior year starts, obviously,
Okay.
and
Put that in perspective, guys. He's 16 years old. Go ahead.
Years old, yeah. So September 10th comes. So I wanted to stay home that day, and just
Hey, you're not a real fan. I would have cut at lunchtime and just head to the video store.
I really couldn't cut because I rode the bus for special ed children, and
You rode the small bus.
yeah, and
Okay.
it would be good for me to cut. I wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
So I had to go to school, and so finally 1:45 comes, school lets out, and I am ecstatic. So
Now, Dan, we haven't even gotten to the meat of this yet.
Yeah.
Just so you
yeah,
know.
exactly.
And look how bizarre it is already. So
Right.
I hope everybody hangs in on this one.
I get on the bus, I go home, I have to wait maybe 2 hours for one of my parents to get home from work. As soon as they get home from work, I don't even wait for them to get out of the car and come up to the house. I make sure that
Can you imagine?
Wow.
I just basically run out of the house, jump in the car, and said, "We're going to the video store."
Drive.
And they're like, "But wait a minute, I didn't." And I remember this vividly because it's Halloween 6, so it sticks in my brain.
Yeah.
And I just said, "Look, we're going to the store." And they're like, "But I just got home from work." I'm like, "You don't understand. I need this movie now." So of course they just drive. Well, they had it behind the counter for me. So they hand it over. My parents pay for it, and I hold it in my hand, and in the middle of the store, I lost it. It was just like too emotional for me.
Dan, have you ever had an experience like this for a movie?
No.
Like what
No.
movie in the world? Like, listen, I'm a huge fan of like a lot of movies, probably like 10, probably.
I'll tell you what I did do. I skipped school the day Scream came out. Mike.
Ooh, my God, he just one-upped you and made this all.
Say something.
I don't think he did as the story continues. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Dan. You know what? You ain't shit. Okay, go ahead, Mike.
And I mean, even thinking about it now, I'm actually starting to get a little teared up just thinking.
Now, wait.
You win
Okay,
then.
now let's start this interview. Tell people. Okay, you bought it September 10th.
I rented it.
Rented it.
10th.
September 10th. Of course, he copied it because that's Mike's.
That's what I would do back then. Yeah.
That's what he would do back then. All right. Now, clearly you're really excited to watch this. Okay. Tell everybody what you did. I'm not even going to say anything else. What did you do?
I watched it once while it was copying, and then as soon as it finished copying, I had to check it and make sure that the copy worked out. So I watched it right again,
All right, that sounds reasonable.
right after it.
Okay.
So then, the next day comes, and I felt the need to watch it. So of course, and keep in mind, I would never watch movies like during the week on a school night. I just would never do it. I would always save that for like a Friday or a Saturday to just watch movies.
Okay, that makes
But
sense.
For some reason, I was compelled to watch it. So I came home, did my homework and all that stuff, and I sat down and I put it on, and I watched it.
Right.
And then, went to school, went to bed, got up, went to school the next day. Sitting in school the whole day, still can't stop thinking about it. So I come home, and I figure I do my homework, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to watch it again. So I watch it again. Then I
Okay.
go to bed, and and same thing happens the next day, and the next day, and the
So
next
there's a pattern
and
to
then,
this.
And then,
Now, okay, so Friday comes. Now you finally
Friday.
got a weekend coming up. So now what?
right. And I'm like, you know what? I watched this movie once on Tuesday, once on Wednesday, or no, twice on Tuesday, once on Wednesday, once on Thursday.
So now you say, okay, it's the weekend. I watched it enough. I'm gonna get out of the house, hang out with my buddies, date a chick.
Yeah. Well,
What would you do? Go out with a girl?
Well, no. Friday I felt like watching it again, so I popped it in, and I watched it, And then it was over. And I'm like, like, you know what? I still really didn't get my fill of it. So I rewound the tape and I watched it again.
On Friday, you watched it twice.
Yeah.
After
After watching it once on Tuesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay.
Then Saturday I put it in. And I felt like watching it. So I watched it Saturday. Great, good. That ended, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this one more time. So I did it again on Saturday.
Dude.
2 times.
Wow.
Dude.
And then Sunday.
So Sunday you gave it a break. You watched football, right?
No. Fuck football. Sunday.
Went to church.
Sunday. No.
Yeah, he went to church.
No. Sunday I watched it again, too.
You watched it again on Sunday.
Yeah. And then Monday I came back, and I figured I just felt like watching it again. So I watched it again on Monday.
School day again, mind you.
Then
Yeah.
Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday, then twice the next Friday, twice the next Saturday, once on Sunday, once on Monday, and this repeated until about Christmas of '96.
What? Dude.
What you're telling me, you watched this
Every day?
every single day, twice Friday and twice Saturday.
Yeah.
From September 10th
Yeah,
to December 25th.
yeah,
Okay, if I do the math, 4 times 16, that's like 16 weeks, right?
oh yeah, you can give it that.
That's 64 times a week.
Right.
Weekly. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 64. You watched this 144 times.
That's just in the first 3 months of release, right?
Wow.
Wow.
Roll credits.
What possesses a guy to do something like that? I mean, this seems